everyone. Thank you for joining this morning. I know it's kind of early, but it's when we had time. I'm Michelle Thompson, and I have been with Plexus for about a year now, and I really do enjoy the energy and just how clean it makes me feel. I even eat cleaner than I did before, so that is a big plus for me. If Julia wants to hop on and share a little bit about her story, that would be awesome.
My kids are laughing because we have another friend named Michelle Thompson, and Cruz is like, there's another Michelle Thompson? Yes. How are you guys? So this is normally how I work my business, which is fun, was while I take care of my kids. So we're making pumpkin pancakes this morning. So a little bit of my story is that I started Plexus about 3 years ago. I had been looking into natural sources for healing for about 6 months because I struggled with a lot of health things for about 2 decades, and they were getting worse. So in high school, I started having really bad stomach aches, and I didn't have an answer for any of that. I would leave high school. I would go home like once or twice a week and tell my mom I forgot my book, or I just left something at home. And the entire way home, I would have like doubled over sharp stomach pains, but I refused to use the bathroom in high school because it's really embarrassing if you have like cramping or gas or bloating or like all of that, right, stomach issues, or you just don't want to be in the bathroom for 45 minutes. I had really high sugar and carb cravings since the time I was like 6 to 8. I would sneak stuff all the time. And I was always just told, don't do that, don't do that. Here, just, stop eating it. It's not good for you. Eat these peppers. They taste like candy. And I was like, peppers do not taste like candy, Mom. So that was like my life. And when I went to college, it got worse because I had full freedom to eat whatever I wanted. And so I did. I ate all the garbage food. I got sicker, gained weight. Then I would just have a boyfriend and lose the weight when we broke up, which is not actually like the correct way of anything. And at a certain point, I developed an eating disorder. And it was because I would pound sugar. And we joked with Plexus, like someone had said that they knew a lady that would wake up at 2 a.m. and her body was saying, go eat sugar. Like that was me. And it was cyclical, and it was really messing with my mental health, because I knew it was bad for me, and I knew I would feel sick after, but I would just crave it so much. And so then I would puke it up. So I would go out to dinner with all my friends, and they'd all have all the carbs and at the restaurants in Utah and college, right? And then they'd all order cakes and desserts and appetizers, and I would feel so gross afterwards and so sick to my stomach and like physically sick. And then I would puke it up, and I was like, well, that's how we do that. And then I knew at a certain point that I needed help. So I went and met with the gym guy and talked to my dad, and I said, I need to figure this out. So that was the first guy that helped me with like supplements and exercising and like changing the way that I thought about food. So that was super helpful. And that put me on like a good path that way for a while. Still had the sugar cravings, but was just learning more. And then we had fertility issues with our kids, so lots of hormone treatments, postpartum depression after my babies that didn't go away. And then a couple years ago, I was diagnosed with an autoimmune condition that has inflammation, and I had psoriasis all over my scalp and my core, and I had a viral hormone imbalance. And so I just thought like, dude, my health was like kind of bad, but now it's really getting bad. And I'm in my mid-30s. And something feels really wrong. So I was given a lot of medication for all the things, like for mental health, for my autoimmune, and I couldn't take care of my kids. And I started looking into like a naturopath for natural healing, because the medicine to me, they never addressed anything else in my health. They never asked about like diet, stress, sleep. It was just like, you feel this way, here's your medication. You have inflammation, here's this medication. And those all came with really serious side effects. The one for my inflammation, if I was on that during COVID, I would be at very high risk for developing COVID, and I would have been trapped in my house for the last 8 months because my immune system, it lowers your immune system. So I was looking into something natural. It was about $3,000 for a couple of visits. And at the same time, I saw a friend's post on Facebook, and I didn't know this girl hardly at all. She was like a new friend, but something about what she posted about getting to the root cause, I was like, that makes sense. because the natural path is like what's coming in affects your body, which is absolutely true. But the whole plexus point was like, if you focus on healing the root cause of the imbalances, then you can better understand the things that are coming in. And that's kind of been my journey. Like if I need to up level what I'm doing, or if stress makes things come back, then I look at what I'm intaking and I look at how I can tweak what I'm doing from a natural standpoint. And I know that medicine is always there. That's the thing that I've learned. Medicine is there when things get really bad and you can't bring them back. But they don't have to be permanent, or they can be lower, or you can still have a high quality of life and not just be subject to like medicine and then living the same life with the same habits and the same thing that you did before. So now I'm in a place where my health isn't perfect at all, but where I'm actively working on my health every day. I tweak dietary changes over the past few years, slowly adding in better, more nutritious things. I exercise 6 days a week. I don't nap ever. I rarely get sick, and everything has like gone up like this to get me into a place where now I can self-adjust when there's a fix. And I know the resources to go for help for the most part. And then I'm still learning. It's a huge journey. So I learned that during COVID, my body reacts to stress. So certain things come back. So then I'm like, okay, what do I do next? What do I do next? How can I support my body in other ways? And then if I let go of these other core things that I know are important. But before that, I was always just in like a tumble of overwhelm and not feeling confident in what I can do to help myself. So I think that what this has helped me with, if anything, is establishing core habits of nourishing my body and taking care of it at the root cause. All of my kids, my whole family does Plexus. So it's helped. Cruz had febrile seizures. He hasn't had one in a year and a half. Asthma was taken off his charts, and Ronan's allergies have been reduced by like 80%. And then from my husband's standpoint, who, according to him, I eat great, I sleep great, and I poop great. I don't need what you have. I don't think. But he was like, when do I get to try that stuff? His PT scores from the military went way better. Like his body recovered from his workouts and he pushed himself further than he could before. And he put on, during a deployment, 20 pounds of lean muscle. And so for people that are underweight, overweight, I think a lot of times our bodies are focused on like, often is like the one thing that really bothers you. And so my biggest advice would just be like, your body will heal in the way that it needs to, not in the way that you determine. So if I'm like, my sugar cravings need to go away, maybe my body needs to heal my stomach issues first, or my headaches first, or my cold sores first, and then it'll get to that. Or weight loss may come months later if you have other things to heal, or that may come first, but your other things may come later. So that's kind of the awesome journey about like having accountability partners and having other people that you can watch along the way. Because a lot of people got better sleep and sleep was something I always struggled with in about 3 weeks. And mine kicked in about 4 months into my journey. And I would joke that like I got the wrong plexus because I still slept like crap. So it's definitely a journey, but it has blessed our family with health and finances where we're not at the doctors. We were probably at the doctors like 2 to 3 times a month. And that was routine. Like for me to get labs done, for people to get checkups. And we've probably been at the doctors. I got labs done a week ago out of curiosity, and I hadn't been in a year and a half. So that's just kind of how it's blessed our family. Do you have any questions based on what I shared at all?
I do, like with the hormone imbalance. So I was just diagnosed with PCOS. Mm-hmm. So how does that help with your imbalancing hormones and infertility? We had infertility problems as well.
A lot of that has to do with inflammation and then imbalanced hormones, right? So when you balance your glucose levels, so the pink drink, a lot of people are like weight loss or cutting out sugars or balancing out like your sugar intake. Insulin is your master hormone. So when you balance your insulin, the default is it also balances your other hormones. And we have like great articles that Michelle can share with you on how it balances like all of your hormones. So we have people that have irregular periods that suddenly have regular periods after a few months. We have people that, my friend had infertility issues, and I would never say like, for sure, this is your answer, but it's giving your body a much better shot. I have a friend who, Ronan is 11, and I had my baby in LA, and that whole 9 year, up until he was 9, she had tried to get pregnant, and 9 years of infertility. And her husband both went on Plexus. And like within 4 months, she conceived. And she was like, what just happened? Like, we've been trying for so long. And so she'll always say, both of you get on Plexus, both of you regulate your hormones, both of you like give your body the best shot it has, and then address the other things if you can. It's helped a lot of people with PCOS because it's inflammatory. So reducing inflammation in the body and balancing your hormones. For me, I got viral hyperthyroidism, which is odd because it's viral. It wasn't like actual hyperthyroidism. I don't know how I caught it, but I was in bed for 10 days and I couldn't take care of my kids. And that was really scary because I knew that something was totally off. And then I knew that getting fertility, like all those injections to get pregnant, threw off something in my hormones like for years to come, because it forces ovulation. It forces your body into early menopause. Like there's a lot of crazy things that we'll do to get pregnant. And we do it because we want a family. And so I totally understand that, but and feeling like your body's like not working or feeling like it was really frustrating for me too. And we struggled with that for a long time, looking for all the answers, but I didn't have anything natural. All I had was like the fertility doctor at the time who didn't ever address balancing my hormones naturally ever, or anything inflammatory ever. It was just like, come and get the shot, right? And let's monitor your eggs. And then we're going to do this. And it was all strictly medical. So I've learned so much about that since then, about how you can help your body, but it helps with like your estrogen, testosterone, like all of those levels, bringing them back into balance because you balance out your master hormone. Does that make sense?
Yes.
And so for me, I mean, it's helped people that were like pre-menopause get off pre-menopause and go back to normal. It's helped people that like have really horrible periods, because I have friends like that, and those have gotten lighter. Mine have gotten lighter and more regular for sure, not as crampy. Every so often I'll be like, oh, that's a bad one. But then I forgot that every single month was like really, really bad, painful cramps. And now I use, instead of like Midol, I use what's called Ease, which is an anti-inflammatory. It has like turmeric, bromelain, New Zealand grape. It's all natural, high inflammatory. It doesn't affect your liver. And I use that, and that has killed my cramps on a period, and that helps reduce like inflammation in the body. So I take that all the time as well. So I think the coolest thing is there's a ton of stories about people that this has helped balance their hormones that they can share with you, to give you hope that this isn't like something that you have. This is something that can be helped in a natural way that's not like injecting your body with a lot of stuff. Can you say hi?
Hi. Hey, Julia, I know you're here for health testimony, but would you share just a little bit about the other benefits that have come into your life because of Plexus on top of health?
Sure. Yes. So I was a photographer for 15 years. That was what I studied in college. And that was like my thing. That was like my talent. That's what I was going to do forever. And then I had kids, and then I would just shoot sometimes. I'd shoot corporate. I did graphic design. I'd be up until like 3 a.m, a couple weeks in a row, editing pictures, watching Netflix. It was a good time. I watched a lot of movies with like a girl and a horse. But I loved what I did, and I knew I had a talent in it. And then my friend that introduced me to Plexus asked me like to do a post. And I had shared a little bit on social media about like depression and stuff, feeling like I just didn't want people to be alone with those thoughts if they had them. And so I was like, okay, I guess. And this was like 2 months after I started, because I was like, this stuff's weird. So I just threw up a post, and I probably got like 15 messages privately and in the post. And this doesn't always happen, but could it help me? Could it help me? What is that? What are you doing? And I just thought, I don't know, maybe it could help somebody else. And that was kind of where it all started. And I realized that I had something that all the health things that I struggled with, most people didn't know. Like most people didn't know I had canker sores and headaches, and that I would scream at my kids a lot, and that I had horrible sleep, and I would toss and turn and toss and turn. And like my husband and I would fight about sleeping because I'd be wide awake and he'd be asleep in 30 seconds when we were talking sometimes. And so I'd just be like, oh, how are you not awake right now? And I can't sleep. And the kids keep waking me up. And then I was just so tired and grumpy all the time. And I felt a lot of mom guilt. Like, why did I have these kids if I'm just screaming at them all the time? And why is my body so sick? And why am I operating off chocolate chips out of my freezer? So a lot of stuff that I just didn't tell anybody about because it felt really like guilty and shameful. I just had a feeling like maybe other people had those things too. especially my stomach aches. Like I have left dates. You know how there's like small restaurants with one tiny bathroom in the restaurant? Like I'm going to use that one. So I would literally be like, I forgot something at home. And I would leave a guy on a date and walk home in San Francisco to use my bathroom and then come back and be like, because it was like this horrible thing that I didn't want anybody to know. And so I just remember thinking, I bet there's a lot of other people struggling and just not talking about it. They don't talk about all the fears they have and the fears of me like holding my baby seizing at like 2 a.m. Like it was so internally scary to not feel in control of my body and to not be able to have my kids suffering as well. And so I started sharing, and it just kind of went from there. And I now do a ton of self-development, which is huge because it's boosted my confidence, and I get to love other people and I get to help other people along their journey and impact people on a greater level than I ever thought I could. I remember my first paycheck being like $100, and I was like, I don't even know what I did, but I earned $100. And I remember the first $1,600 paycheck I got, that I sat in my driveway and cried because I was like, holy cow, this is real money. And then I used that to completely pay off our minivan. Not that we couldn't financially, you know, because we had a plan every month, but that I was able to contribute a large chunk, because my photography and design money would come like this, right? It was like $3,000, 3 months of nothing, $1,000, 4 months of nothing. It was so random that we just hoarded it for like a trip to go visit family at Christmas. And so this was like coming in every month. And I just remember thinking, I can help my husband who's in the military, relieve that burden from always working and helping contribute. And then what can I do to like actually help our family, and what can I do to help others with what I've been blessed with? And so it's been a huge blessing. The military provides no trips, obviously. Like the trips when my husband deployed, we ate like hot dogs and chicken because it's the military. And this has allowed my husband and I to take trips starting last year, like on retreats where the hotel is completely paid for, and that we've never been able to financially do anything like that and ever in our marriage. To not worry about the finances of who's going to pay the bill at the end of the weekend, and to eat and to actually relax because you're not financially in debt. And then in October, I won a trip to Hawaii that was canceled with corporate. And so we planned a trip with like 6 other couples to Cabo. And that was the most incredible trip I've ever taken. My company paid me out $4,500 because I won a rank just to take a trip with my husband and to watch him like truly relax, because he's been working 6 to 7 days a week since March because of COVID and the fires in California, and now heading into the elections. Now hopefully there'll be no rioting, so he'll be good because Biden is winning. But to watch him like literally sleep in every day, and to have me like no alarm for 5 days in a row to completely sleep in, no alarm, have someone cook our food, to lay out on the beach and truly relax is something we've never done. Like in the 10 years that we've known each other, it's been hustle, 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 hustle. And that is something now we get to look forward to every year. And that is something that money's required for that. And to have that gifted to us is so worth the hard work and the blessings, because I was also able to pay a babysitter here, like a good babysitter, to take care of my kids for 7 days, and she didn't die. And I'm so grateful that she still survived, because that's to watch my kids. And it worked out great, and it was huge for our marriage. Our marriage has struggled because of so much separation. So to be able to have like focused time like that in a good place with good people was just huge for our marriage. And it's just really blessed us in so many other ways. I've opened up a Roth IRA, so I contribute every month. My tithing for our church has like tripled. So I'm able to donate and help other people. I have a giving account where I can help bless other people. And anyways, is that what you wanted?
Exactly. Yes. I love it. Thank you. Okay. Michelle or anyone have any other questions for Julia?
Kayla, is there anything else that you struggle with, like with your health, other than PCOS?
PCOS is like, I feel like a good overall of all of my health conditions of why I struggle with like weight loss, with, you know, we finally just had a baby, but it took us over a year to get her, you know, so it was just
Congratulations.
nice. Thanks. So, it was a struggle. And so now I'm scared to move on forward to try for another kid. Like, how much longer is it going to, be to get I just started a couple weeks ago, so I'm excited. So moving forward in the hopefully right direction to, so it's just trying to learn more products and how they can help and benefit other people. And you also mentioned you have headaches. What do you do for headaches? Because I get a lot of migraines as well.
They've just gone away.
I know, but like what products do you use? The pink drink? Do you?
I use, well, now at this point I use everything. So my goal is to pay for everything for myself by sharing, and then my family. So I use all the stuff. But
Okay.
Mega X is really helpful for inflammation and brain health and heart health. And then I'm always on the loading dose of Ease. But a lot of people have had help with migraines with Ease and the pink drink. And then obviously the Probio 5 and BioCleanse to reduce like systemic inflammation.
Okay.
Mega X is a great addition too. I think that was a huge part of what helped Cruz with his seizures, is just the inflammation and the brain health aspect of the omegas. It's omega-3, 6, 7, and 9.
Okay.
And then just making sure you're super hydrated.
Yeah.
With all of these products to help them like work well and activate. I've had people with migraines. Have they been reduced at all? You said you've been on this for a couple weeks.
Yeah, no, my migraines have reduced a lot, and I've just had one for like the past 3 days, and it's starting to go away. And so I don't know, like if I needed to, add something else to, just because I'm just using the active and the pink drink, and then the mood one. What's that one? The
Vital Biome?
Yep, that one. Yep.
So I would get on the triplex, the Probio 5 BioCleanse first before you add in the Mega X, and work on that gut health and reducing the inflammation in your gut, which will help reduce it as well.
Okay.
So if they've talked to you about like candida, like most people have candida overgrowth, I'm sure you tried to like just start simply, and I get that. So candida overgrowth causes a lot of things with like hormones and weight and all of those other things, and cravings and allergies and like all of those other things. So it's basically like brushing your teeth every day, right? You want to like break it down and get rid of it every single day. And then over time, over the next couple months, you'll be like, I feel better. I'm pooping more, but I have more energy. My sleep is getting better. My headaches are going down. And then just making sure you're absorbing all your nutrients. So I take X Factor Plus, which has aloe in it, which has helped heal the gut lining, which means all the nutrients you are taking start absorbing into your body. And that's been huge for me too, because after my first two, I felt completely depleted, like physically depleted. Like they sucked all the stuff out of me. I don't know if you felt that same way. And I had two root canals, and I was like, they literally sucked like my calcium out. And I realize now that it's because I was taking synthetic vitamins like folic acid and all of those things, and I wasn't absorbing any of those nutrients because I just didn't know that there was something different. So ours has folate in it, which is absorbable to the body. It's not synthetic. It's the actual enzyme. And so getting those in your body, you'll start to have more energy. And as you balance out your hormones and you have more energy and you move more, you just start feeling better and not so worn down. And then our personal story was that we used a lot of hormone treatments for the first two, and then our third was a surprise. So you never know, maybe your body will figure it out one day. And then we adopted, and Plexus helped for that too. So that was the other thing Rachel wanted me to mention, is that financially adoption is a huge, huge cost barrier for a lot of people. And I was like, well, what if my work could help with that? And so I was able to contribute equal to my husband and raise the funds twice as fast. And then we went to China, our whole family, and came back with zero debt. So no grants, no loans, nothing on credit card, which is pretty incredible.
Yeah.
And then having residual income to take care of a fourth child, right, is huge. It's not just like most adoptive families raise the money, but they're not thinking like, well, then what after, right? Because you need money long-term to raise all your kids. Because they eat a lot once they're 11.
Yeah, thank you, Julia. So if you need to hop off, that's fine. I'm just gonna run through the triplex real quick so you can like get a basis of just the main products real quick. And then we'll hop off this meeting so everyone can get back to their day. So basically the triplex is 3 main products that all work together synergetically to like heal your body. So we have the Slim, like she was talking about. I have a little bit right here. It comes in a packet. You mix it with a little bit of water. It balances your blood sugar, decreases inflammation, and helps to work on gut health. And that's what helps the sleep, the cortisol, the insulin, all those things, the sugar cravings, blood sugar balance, all that stuff is all great things that Slim helps. Then we have the 2 gut health products, and that's ProBio 5 and BioCleanse. And those 2 work together to heal the gut. And the ProBio 5, it's kind of like 4 great products into one awesome probiotic because it has 5 strains of probiotics. It has digestive enzyme blend to help break down food. It breaks down the candida. That is where, to me, the hugest difference compared to another probiotic is it actually breaks down the bad candida, the bad yeast and stuff, so that your body can flourish when the good probiotics are added to it. And then it has grapeseed extract, which is great for immune system. So right now, when everyone's like worried about everything that's going on in the world, building your immune system is the best line of defense. Then BioCleanse is kind of like your garbage truck. Your ProBio 5 is breaking that all down, and then your BioCleanse is gonna clean it all out. It's your garbage truck to take it all out of your body. But it also is a magnesium supplement that most people are deficient in magnesium. And so when you combine magnesium and ascorbic acid, which are the 2 main ingredients in BioCleanse, it helps to oxygenate your body. When you oxygenate your body, your immune system boosts. Your cells have oxygen. Viruses and bacteria have a harder time thriving in your body. So it helps you be healthier. It helps you regulate. It helps you clean out all the toxins, clean out all the poop, get regular. It's one of those, it's gentle. It's like I used to do cleanses in my body, and it's like you do this 1 to 6 week cleanse and clean everything out, and then 6 months later you do it again. No, this is something that gently just keeps your body healthy all the time, healthy, releasing toxins all the time. A few other products she talked about was the X Factor. That's our multivitamin that is amazing because it has aloe in it. It's fully methylated, which basically means it's crushed plants in a jar your body's going to absorb. She talked about Ease. It's a natural anti-inflammatory. Mega X, it's our omegas, and it's awesome because it has 3, 5, 7, 9, 6, and 6, I think. Like there's, let's see, 3, 6, 9, 5, and 7. Yeah, there's 5 different ones in it. So it's a full omega, and it helps me with my headaches. When I used to have migraines every day of my life, and I just lived with them. I just always had a headache. And now I rarely get them, but when I do, I take a little extra Mega X and it helps them go away right away. And I love it. So if I'm ever like, oh, I feel a headache, I just take a few extra Mega X at night before I go to bed, and then it's great the next day. Vital Biome, because Kayla, you mentioned that. That's another good probiotic that has 8 more strains. That one's good for people that have IBS issues, stress issues, mood issues, mental health issues. Like it just helps with all of those good things to help balance your body with more good strains. And a lot of people are like, oh, I take a probiotic, I make kefir, I do this, but they're only getting 1 strain. And if you think of your gut like a garden, you want lots of plants, lots of things flourishing, lots of different probiotics in there that help your body thrive better and be healthier. And so by having lots of different strains, you get lots of good, healthy bacteria that's going to boost your immune system, help your whole body work good together, and just feel good. Like I'm kind of like Julia. Like I feel like I got my life back. I feel like I'm myself again. I feel like I was in this trap body that I'm smart. I know what to do, like calories in, calories out, exercise, but I couldn't do it. I didn't have control over my body. I didn't have control over cravings. I would do things knowing they were bad for me, but it's like I had just got given up. I called it zombieing through life, that I was just kind of just making it through the day. Like I would just wake up and go, what do I need to do to just get through this day? And then I would dread going to bed because I had to do it all again the next day. And with Plexus, I'm thriving. I'm enjoying life. I love being a mom again. I love playing with my kids. I have the energy to actually play with them at the park instead of just sit on a bench and watch them, you know, and I'm loving life and excited. And when you feel good, you get excited to help other people too. Like you're like, oh my gosh, other people need this. Like there's other people that suffered like I did, and I want them to know there's answers, because I struggled for 40 years searching. Like I grew up going to all of the naturopaths, health chiropractors, health natural people, like took vitamins and all this stuff, and they never made me feel better. And like I used to eat probiotics that you mixed up and you drank it and it tastes like a cow because it was told it was good for me. So to finally find something that actually made me feel better was so amazing, because I'd been searching for so long. And so that's why we all like love to shout from the rooftops of like, there's something that can help you. So I wanted to just wrap this up. If you're interested, just reach out to the person that sent you this video. We can talk costs. There's lots of, if you look at what's in there, it's very affordable. I used to spend twice as much buying everything individual, and it didn't work. And that's one thing about these products is there's so many good ingredients, and they're all packaged together that they all work synergetically together. And so it's very affordable. It's for what you're getting. And there's also awesome ways to help get it paid for, or to bless your life and make a little bit on the extra. Most people, if they made an extra $500 a month on the side, would completely change their lifestyle. And so reach back out to the person that sent you here, and we can all like help you get the cost of, find the right package for you, find the right products to start out with, see what's going to help you feel good and help you on your health journey. So did you have anything, Michelle? We got like 1 minute left. Okay, we're good. Do you have any other questions, Kayla?
I'm good.
Okay, perfect. Well, thank you everyone for coming, and thank you, Julia, for sharing all your wisdom and knowledge and story to help us along. And everyone have an awesome day.